And that is not the screen that we want, people. There we go. That is the screen that we want right there. Welcome in. I know we're a little bit late. Had some technical difficulties. We got them figured out. We are here. We are ready to go for the Sim500 Esports Super Late Model Series presented by PlanBSales.com. Go to PlanBSales.com and use promo code Sim500 to receive free shipping on all your orders over $20. I know Plan B is a big supporter within, well, Plan B, Circle B, both are not only a big supporter within the Sim500 community, but inside the iRacing community as well. So, go over and give them a shout out. You know, hit them up, get some merchandise over there. Good group of guys. Good group. Work together very well. We're going to get set here for qualifying. Jonathan Smith will be the first one out on track here from the Nashville Spurs. Nashville Fairground Speedway. As we get set to go here in qualifying, it should be a wonderful race. I know Nashville produces a lot of great racing action. Jonathan Smith, he's sitting with an 18.695 through practice. He jumps up to the top of the board with an 18.232. Robert Barber sitting second quick with an 18.553. And then look back here, Randy Yoakum and or Doug Sigmund. Doug Sigmund works on his lap, and he's going to be sixth quick with an 18.784. 18.784 on lap number one for Sigmund. And we look back here, Jared Jackson running his laps for qualifying. Right now, your top five separated by other than now, the top six separated by just over 0.3 of a second. So a huge amount of cars right there together. If you look here, Jared Jackson did not get a qualifying time in. Brian Macklin ran the second quick lap, bumped Robert Barber down to third. Macklin ran an 18.394, so just 0.7 of a second off of what Jonathan Smith set here for the pole. As we sit here and await the rest of these drivers to come out and run their qualifying times. So while we wait on these guys to come in, we will get you. I know a lot of the people, a lot of you viewers out there work or race at the Nashville Fairground Speedway. So just a little bit of information for the people who may not necessarily be familiar with it. It did hold NASCAR Cup Series races all the way up until 1984, so did have some NASCAR races. It is a 6/10 of a mile track, 18 degrees of banking in your turns, 3 degrees on your straightaway. So just a matter of time before we see these drivers get out on track. We look here, Joe Williams out on track now. Joe's having some issues here in qualifying. Did not set a lap time yet. We've got, looking at this, we've got 7 guys who have taken time. 7 drivers have taken time, and they're separated by just 4/10 of a second. So 7 guys, 4/10 of a second to get difference between them. Joey Gatna. Yeah, Joey Gatna is out on track for his qualifying run here. We'll see what Joey can get done here. First lap was an 18.991. Second lap was an 18.848. So a half a second between 8 drivers. Tremendous. Just shows how well these drivers know this track. As we get set to get ready to start the race here. We wait the start of this race. So we're going to have 100 laps here. There are 13 drivers signed in, so we will go straight to the feature here, and we will have 100 laps, the distance for these 13 drivers tonight. And yeah, it's going to be a great race. It was a great race just a couple weeks ago with these guys at the USA Speedway. So while we wait for qualifying to end here, we have about a minute and a half now before qualifying ends. We'll go over our schedule here. So we're at Nashville this week. Next week we are at Myrtle Beach for 100 laps there at Myrtle Beach Speedway. May 11th. It'll be a little bit of a different feel of a race, or a different feel for the night. I will be on vacation, so we will still have coverage as it is practice and qualifying night for the Short Track Sim Nationals at Bristol Motor Speedway on May 18th. So there will be a broadcast of the practice and of the qualifying. So tune in for that. I know I was talking with Robert last week. Robert Barber, one of the guys who heads up this series, was talking last week, and he was super excited about that. He enjoyed it last year when we did it with him for the Short Track Nationals and for their playoff races when they did that. So these guys gonna get excited for that, you know, being able to just jump out there and practice and show you guys what these guys go through on a weekly basis. So that'll be May 11th, and then looking May 18th, we will be at the Bristol for the Short Track Nationals. And then on May the 25th, we'll have the Nashville 75 doubleheader race. So just a look ahead of what this month, the rest of this month, and next month will bring you for the Super Late Model Series as we get set here to go racing. We will show you the grid here. It's going to be Jonathan Smith on your front row with Brian Macklin starting in second. Third is going to be Robert Barber. Fourth will be Scott Formosa. Louis Robinette will be fifth. Shannon Wood sixth. Doug Sigmund will be seventh. Joey Gattina will be in the eighth. Jared Jackson will start in 9th. Randy Yoakum 10th. Randall Watkins will be in the 11th spot. Gerald Livingston 12th. And Joe Williams will start in that 13th and final starting position here tonight as we get set here for our 100-lap main event of the evening. So 100 laps. We're going to go racing next time by. Pace car pulls off. Going to give you a cool little start cam here. The green flag is waving for these guys. And Jonathan Smith gets out to the early lead here, but here comes Brian Macklin on the outside, battling back for the lead here. Robert Barber going to be looking to the inside of Macklin, and Barber is going to take over the second spot. Shannon Wood up to fourth. So he gets around Scott Formosa here. And you look back here, Joey Gattina falling back just a little bit. Lost the spot to Louis Robinette in that 30 machine. And you see the 8. That is Randy Yoakum. He gets loose. That'll bring out our first Plan B sales caution of the evening. And we'll go back and we'll see what happened here with Yoakum. As we look look at this replay here. Yoakum loses it on the exit of 4 there and gets tapped by the 11 of Joe Williams after the spin had already happened. So working our first Plan B sales caution of the evening here. So again, go check out planbsales.com. Use promo code Sim500. That will get you free shipping on your order over $20. Which, ladies, if you are watching and you are looking for something to buy that race fan in your life for your birthday, for the holidays, for Father's Day, whatever it may be, PlanBSales.com. They have a lot of great die casts of just about almost any motorsports vehicle out there. So go check them out. Plus, I mean, who doesn't like shopping? Go and go shopping, and you can quickly hit that $20 mark and get your free shipping. As we're going to get ready to go back racing. Lights are back on the pace truck. It looked like they were out there for a moment. So we will look and see here as the lights stay on. So we'll have another lap under caution here. So one more lap. Under caution. And hopefully we can get back to green. Hopefully we'll get the signal to go back green this time by. And there we go. We get the signal. We're going back racing next time by. We'll go back green flag racing. And we should see what we saw with that first start. The inside will get a good jump. The outside, not so much. We could be wrong though. Robert Barber is good at these cars. So, and we're back to racing. Jonathan Smith with a great restart. Macklin gonna follow him through, and Macklin and Barber are gonna be battling for that second spot. Smith, Macklin, Barber, your top three, with Barber and Macklin trading and swapping that second position. We go a little bit further back here. Doug Sigmund. Sigmund gets around. Livingston trying to chase down Gattina. That is your 8th, 9th, and 10th spots on track, and here comes take that back. Yoakum was ahead of Joe Williams. That is Yoakum in the black, number 8. He was a lap down, trying to work his way through the field to get a lap back here. Still early on in this race, and you could get a lap back here very easily. Joe Williams goes to the inside. We go check in on with him, see if he's able to keep it rolling, and yes, he is. Williams keeps it going. Back up front, Jonathan Smith. your race leader. Macklin and Barber still battling hard for the second spot. Barber trying to chase down Macklin. Wood will be in fifth. Formosa Wood will be fourth. Formosa fifth. And Robinette in sixth. Jackson in seventh. Trying to chase down Robinette and take over that sixth position here. Robinette having a little bit of issues coming off of turn 2 there. We'll have to see what happens here. Comes off a little bit better off of turn 4 there, but nonetheless, Jackson to the inside of him, trying to take away the sixth spot. Jackson gets it going into turn 3, so Jackson will take over that sixth position. Looking for a battle. Robinette trying to battle back to get to Jared Jackson again. Just not quite able to get there. He's starting to lose a little bit of time to him and back up to the 14 of Gattina. Gattina is closing in on the 30 of Robinette for the 7th position. Smith, you race leader, Macklin, starting to lose some distance to Jonathan Smith here, as Smith starts to pull away just a little bit each lap. Macklin's able to pull away from Barber, so Barber's losing some pace as well. Barber has now backed up to the 0-2 of Shannon Wood, and Shannon Wood may be looking to the inside in the next lap or two, trying to take away that 3rd position. Looking to battle for 3rd right now, as Wood is caught up to Barber, looking for another battle. They're pretty well spaced out. Gattina and Robinette, the only other cars that are close enough on track. The 8 car of Yoakum behind Gattina in the blue 14 is a lap down car, so he's trying, and there goes Robinette as he spins. And that will bring out a caution, so we'll go back and watch the replay of that. But we were watching right there live of what happened. Looks like Robinette just started losing it. And Gattina does a good job of getting on the brakes to avoid causing any damage to either of their cars. Thought for a moment that Robinette was going to be able to save it. Not the case here, as we'll be back after this. Our second Plan B caution of the evening. working an extended caution here. Waiting for us to get the 1 to go signal. It's going to be Smith and Macklin on your front row. Barber in third. Wood in fourth. Formosa fifth. Jackson sixth. Sigmund will be seventh. Eighth will be Robin Ned, which that will be updated. So Livingston will be in the 8th spot. Gattina will be 9th. Williams 10th. And Robinette will be 11th, with Yoakum being in 12th position. Green flag back out in the air for Jonathan Smith. He gets a great restart here. He's going to have the lead going into turn 1. Macklin trying to get something going on that outside. Not able to do it. He's going to be under attack from Robert Barber. Barber moves up into the 2nd spot there momentarily. And he clears Macklin. And we have a big wreck behind them. That's going to bring out the caution. Our 3rd Plan B sales caution of the evening. And we're going to go back and look and see exactly what happened there. I just saw the car flipping up and over. So we'll see here. Robinette was on the outside, and I don't think Gattina knew about it, and that sent both of them spinning and Gattina flipping, so we'll work this caution. We'll come back after this. Alright, we're going to go ready to go back racing this time by. You're going to have Smith, Barber, Formosa, Macklin, Jackson, Wood, Livingston, Sigmund, Williams, Robinette, with Yoakum and Gattina out of this race. This pace truck pulls off the racetrack. Green flag back in the air for Jonathan Smith, and he gets a tremendous start over Robert Barber. Barber is going to have to fend off that second spot from Brian Macklin, as Macklin looked to the inside through 1 and 2, didn't quite have it there. And Barber is going to be able to hang on, and now he's going to set his sights on Jonathan Smith as we are very quickly approaching halfway through this race. He gets into the back of Smith. Smith's going to go around, and it's going to collect Barber and Macklin. Caution will come out, and we will see our third Plan B sales caution of the evening. So we're going to go back and watch this here. Barber makes just minor contact. I don't know if Barber did make contact, though. So we're going to go try to get a different angle here. I don't know if this angle is going to be any better, but let's take a look. It was... It was blocked in by a couple of the trailers on the infield. So let's go with this angle right here. As it looks like, yeah, just a minor incidental contact here. So we'll work this caution. We'll be back after they work this caution. Robert Barber is your leader, as it may have been an issue of Smith started to lose it and slowed up, and that's what caused it. We'll have to try to figure that out as the race goes on. Alright, as we're going to get set here to go back racing. Barber going to take the high side here. He gets a good start. Jumps down to the bottom side. And Barber is going to be out in front. And he's going to bring Formosa. Formosa's going to be up into the second spot here. As we're going to be approaching halfway, Formosa loses the second spot to Macklin, as Macklin's able to battle back on that outside and maintain the second position here. We look a little bit further back here. Let's go back to Jonathan Smith in the 28. He is working on getting back inside that top 5, closing in on Jared Jackson. Shannon Wood right there in front of Jackson. Having to fend off Jackson and trying to launch an attack on the 80 of Scott Formosa here on lap number 48 of 100. There you see Wood trying to set up the exit of these corners to be able to get around Formosa. And I think he might have it set up just enough. Formosa goes down to try to use that bottom side and throw a little precautionary block there, as we are on lap number 50 now with Barber, Macklin, Formosa, your top 3, Wood and Jackson, your top 5 here. These guys continue to work through the PlanBcells.com 100 here at the Nashville Fairground Speedway. We're going to have a caution on the track, so we'll see what happened here. See if we can't find out what happened to bring out this caution. Looking at it, it looks like Robinette gets sideways and tries to get it off the track. He does a good job of getting it off the track right there in front of our race leaders here, but slowed up just enough to bring out the caution as we work. This latest caution, we'll be back after this. Alright, we're going to get set to go back racing, this time by Macklin and Wood, your race leader, Barber, Jackson, 3rd and 4th. Formosa and Smith, 5th and 6th. Green flag back out in the air. Macklin with a great restart on that high side. Brian Macklin. Race leader, and we're going to be back under caution here. Looking at the replay here, Barber gets loose, tries to collect it. There's just a driver on his outside. There's nothing that Jonathan Smith could do there, and Barber receives some heavy damage. As we are working our latest PlanBSales.com caution here from the Nashville Fairground Speedway. So it's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Wood, Formosa, and Smith, your top 5. As we get ready to... hopefully we get ready to go back green flag racing this next time by. But looking at the field here, it could be another minute or another lap before we're able to get back racing. As I'm wrong, and we're going to get the 1 to go signal here. So we'll go back racing this next time by. So we'll get to go back racing with Brian Macklin, our race leader. Jared Jackson in second. As the pace truck pulls off the track here. And we're going to be back underway. As Macklin gets a great restart. Jackson in the second comfortably. Shannon Wood trying to chase down the 80 of Formosa and capitalize as Formosa gets loose, and that would have been a perfect time for Wood if he was able to be a little bit closer there, but he's not quite close enough yet. Still trying to work his way to get close enough so that he can, and there we're seeing Wood getting loose, and that's going to allow Jonathan Smith to look to the inside, with Jonathan Smith taking over the 4th spot. Doug Sigmund back there in the 6th position. He's going to try to make a move there as Smith and Wood continue to do battle for the 4th spot. Almost some contact there between Wood and Smith. Both drivers able to avoid it here and put Wood back up into the 4th position. We have 35 laps remaining in this race. Smith Wood still doing battle for the 4th spot. You got Doug Sigmund back there waiting for those two to make a mistake. And Gerald Livingston running in the 7th spot. Joe Williams in 8th. As Barber, Robinette, Yoakum, Katina, and out of this race was Watkins being 68 laps down and classified as out of the race. Back up front, Jackson chasing down the 30 of Macklin for the race lead, looking to the inside. Didn't have it there through 1 and 2. He's got to be careful. He's got Scott Formosa right behind him. With Formosa, you leave the door open, he's going to jump on it, as Jackson did earlier, and he's trying to wait for Macklin to leave the door open for him here so he can jump in it and take over the race lead. The problem is these tires are worn at this point. So Jackson not able to keep it down on the bottom enough to be able to get a little bit of a run on the 30. As you saw there, Macklin got loose. And when Macklin got loose, Jackson got loose as well. Jackson trying everything he can. He drives it a little wide. Doesn't have anything for him right now. We go further back here. Doug Sigmund trying to chase down Shannon Wood in that 5th position. Back up front, it is Brian Macklin as caution comes out. And we go back to see what happened. Looks like Joe Williams gets loose, pounds that inside wall. So as we are working our latest Plan B caution of the evening, with 26 laps to go, it's a perfect time to tell you to go check out planbsales.com and use code Sim500 to save on shipping for orders over $20. Waiting on us to receive the 1 to go signal. It's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Formosa, Smith, Sigmund, Livingston, Wood, and Williams, the running order here. So we get the 1 to go signal. Pitch car pulls off. Green flag back out in the air for Macklin. And he gets away very easily from Jared Jackson here. Jackson's going to have his hands full with the 80 of Scott Formosa. You go back here to Shannon Wood in the 6th spot. Trying to make his way back up inside the top 5. He pitted under this latest caution. Trying to find his way to get around Doug Sigmund. Jonathan Smith in the 4th spot, trying to chase down the 80 of Formosa. And then you've got Jackson running in the 2nd position. We have just 7 cars on the lead lap here. A lot of drivers having a lot of tough luck around Nashville. Nashville is a very tricky track to race as we have 20 laps to go. 20 more circuits around the famed Nashville Fairground Speedway. And you see Scott Formosa get loose off of turn number 2. And these cars are getting really wiggly on the exits of these corners. And you can really see it on the front stretch with that camera angle that is being used on that front stretch. So it's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Formosa, Smith up to 4th. Shannon Wood got around Doug Sigmund and has launched his attack on Jonathan Smith for that 4th spot. So Wood and Smith continue to do battle, and Wood able to get around him as it appears as if maybe Jonathan Smith is having an issue with his car. Wood just doesn't like the handling. He was about 6/10 slower that last lap. Let's see if he can rebound it here, and yes he does. He gets it down to about 3/10. So I think there might be something wrong in that 28 car that just doesn't like the way it feels right now. Macklin out front, and we're gonna have a caution. You guys saw it there at the edge of the screen. We're gonna look here. Shannon Wood gets up, slides up into the wall, slams into it pretty hard, and goes for a barrel ride down the track. While we work through the latest PlanBSales.com caution, make sure to go check out PlanBSales.com and use promo code Sim500 on all of your orders over $20 to save on shipping, which is always fantastic. Shipping is the worst part of buying something. So these guys have said, forget the shipping cost. You guys just pay for the product and the taxes, as long as your order is over $20. So working lap 89 under this latest caution, it's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Formosa, Smith, and Sigmund, your top 5. Livingston, 6th. Wood will be in 7th, with Joe Williams being in the 8th spot. We have 7 cars on the lead lap. Started with 13. A lot of these guys having some tough luck here tonight. Started with 13, and we're going to have 5 of them that are not in this race any longer due to incidents that happened right around the midway point of this race. So working this caution. Hopefully we can get back to green flag racing. Hopefully they give us the 1 to go signal this time by. And no, so we'll at least have a restart on lap number 93 at the very least, which will give us 8 laps remaining in this race. Wait and see here exactly what they're going to tell us this time when they pass the start finish line. And the lights are out, so we will restart on lap number 93. So we will have 8 laps remaining in this race. It's going to be an 8-lap shootout between Macklin, Jackson, Formosa, Smith, and Sigmund, Livingston, and Wood. Those are the 7 drivers battling for this race win here. As the pace car ducks off of the track. And there's pit road. Green flag back in the air for Macklin, and he gets a great restart here. Jackson able to fend off the 3rd place of Scott Formosa, but Formosa going to be under attack by Jonathan Smith as Formosa tries to battle and get up there inside the top 2 to try to have a chance to win this race, as we're going to have 7 laps remaining in the race. 7 to go. It's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Formosa, Smith, Sigmund, and Wood. With Livingston back there in the 7th position. We go a little bit further back here. Go back to Shannon Wood as he is trying to chase down the 04 Doug Sigmund, as Wood was involved in that last caution. And you see Formosa get up into the wall, and that's going to bring out another caution here. Very unfortunate for Scott Formosa. Had a shot at the win, and the car just, I don't know. We'll have to look at this replay here as we watching it. It just taps that outside wall, and it just doesn't want to get off that wall. And very unfortunate there for Scott Formosa, as we are working our latest Plan B caution of the race. Working the last, well, the latest caution for the Scott Formosa spin, and subsequent half a flip there, as it got a very, very hairy there for a minute for those drivers behind Formosa. So it's going to be Macklin, Jackson, Smith, Sigmund, Wood, Livingston. Your running order here, with Joe Williams back there in the 8th position. Doesn't really have a chance to move up in the race. So he's going to finish 8th, and he's going to get some laps in here as we are awaiting word that we're going to go back racing. We don't get it there, so we are going into overtime. Extra laps. We'll at least go to lap 102. So a green-white checker scenario. As we await word that we're going back green still with Brian Macklin, our race leader. And there we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going back green next time by Macklin to the outside, Jackson to the inside, Sigmund back there in 3rd. Jonathan Smith climbed his way back into the 4th position. So it should be a great 2-lap shootout. Green flag back out in the air. Macklin gets a good start on the outside. But Jared Jackson gets a good one on the inside, and he stays there. Didn't quite have enough for him getting into 1 and 2. Coming to the white flag this time, though. One more lap for Brian Macklin around Nashville. It's going to be Macklin, Jackson, and Smith. Jonathan Smith battled back. He was involved in a caution early on in this race. In the first half of this race, battled back to a 3rd place finish. And Brian Macklin's going to win it. We go over our race results here. It's going to be Macklin, your winner, Jackson 2nd, Smith 3rd, Wood in 4th, with all right, so it's going to be Macklin, your winner, Jackson 2nd, Smith 3rd, Wood 4th, Sigmund 5th, Livingston 6th, Formosa 7th, Williams 8th, Barber 9th, Robinette in the 10th position. 11th is going to be Yoakum, Katina 12th, Watkins will be in the 13th spot. So we get set here for post-race interviews coming up next. We will be back momentarily. All right, we're here with our third place finisher, Jonathan Smith. And Jonathan, you had speed here. You qualified up front, and you were running up front. Got involved in an unfortunate racing incident, and shuffled you back, and you had to battle your way back up to get even get up inside the top three here.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really fast car at the start for sure. And after that incident, I don't know if the tire just clipped the wall and bent something a little bit, but it was just really tight from then on out, even on new tires. It just made it hard to do anything. I was fighting the car the rest of the time.
Yeah, and you're fighting the car on a track that is really tough, and in a car that is really tough to drive. So you had the perfect storm for a bad race, but you were able to battle back and get up there and just show that the perseverance and the determination to keep going, good things can happen.
Yeah, they definitely can. You just have to stay in it. I mean, when you have something like that, you can't take it too hard in the moment. Take a second to think about it, then move on. There's another 60 laps after that to run.
Yeah.
So just gotta put it behind you and keep going with it.
All right. Well, Jonathan, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
I've got to give a big shout out to Bones Consulting. They're my major sponsor right now in Driven Motorsports. Then Sim500 for giving us the race, and you for giving us a good broadcast. Go back and watch it.
We got our second place finisher, Jared Jackson, and Jared, you really battled here tonight to really fight your way through this field and get up there to not only finish inside the top three, but to come home second place.
Oh yeah, man! I went to go log into the practice room and had realized that I had got removed from the league by mistake, so I was messaging them while they were practicing, and I got a couple minutes of practice in and was horrible, and then qualified horrible, so I just took my time during the race and just inched my way up.
Yeah, and they're the last last 3 to 4 cautions that we had, and you were up there battling with the race winner and really making him have to fend you off because you got quite a few good runs on the entries of these corners.
Yeah, I took tires about lap 50, and I know he didn't take tires at all, and it felt pretty good at first, but I think it was stronger, like the longer the run, he would get a good jump on the start, and it would take me probably 5 or 6 laps to kind of get caught back up to him. And then once I caught him, I didn't want to just knock him out of the way. So this is my first race at that track. I didn't know whether to pass high or low, but I'll take a second. It was my second place finish in a row for this league here, and so I'll take that. Maybe I'll get a win soon.
All right. Well, Jared, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank everybody with the Sim500 League and Plan B Sales. And I'd also like to thank On Edge Racing, all the guys back at On Edge Racing for all their help.
All right, we got our race winner, Brian Macklin, and Brian had a couple of issues happen in front of you. You were able to avoid them for the most part, and just capitalize on others' misfortunes and get you up there into the race to lead.
Yeah, it was a wild race. Jonathan was obviously really fast, as was Robert there at the beginning. I felt like the longer the runs went, the better I was at managing my tires. And the beginning of the race, we started off with a decent little green flag run, and I was running Jonathan down and pulling away from Robert. Then we started having the string of cautions. I don't know what happened between those two there on the one restart, but it worked out in my favor. I was able to get past them, and then I decided to stay out and not take tires. It just felt like track position was more important, and it seemed like that was the case as we got to the end of the race, and it just kind of played into my favor.
Yeah, and you were fast all night. Obviously you qualified outside pole, and then you had a fantastic race pace, and you were able to get quite a few in a row. Great restarts to where the restarts, especially here at Nashville, are very key, and especially here tonight. Whenever you run a couple of laps and then something happens in the field and there's another caution, so those great restarts are very key at Nashville here.
Absolutely. The last restart, I thought I kind of gave it away, or at least opened the door for the possibility, because I took the top thinking I could kind of shake Jared and just mess with his head a little bit more than anything, because I had been taking the bottom, and I thought maybe if I switched it up and took the top that it might mess him up, and it almost backfired, but it worked out. I know those guys were all on pressure tires. I just felt like, like I said, the track position was important, and then also once we got a heat cycle on the tires, I felt like I was going to be okay, and that seemed to be the case, because on the second to last restart, when we had 5 or 6 laps, I was actually able to put a little bit of a gap on him and maintain it, so that was kind of nice. But overall, just a lot of fun. I love short track racing. Kind of disappointed I missed the first couple races of this series, but looking forward to what's coming up.
All right. Well, Brian, we'll let you thank your sponsors to get out of here to enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, man, I don't have any on this car right now, but got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and thank all the admins and the sponsors that are a part of Sim500. Without everybody there, none of this would be possible. I can't wait to go back and watch this replay. It should be a lot of fun. Just happy to be here. Thanks for putting this on for us.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here with the Sim500 Esports Racing League and the PlainViewSales.com Super Late Model Series from Nashville Fairground Speedway. Quite a few cautions here tonight. Nothing out of the ordinary for Nashville. Nashville is a very tough track, no matter what car you are racing with. It's one of those cars that are one of those tracks that you have to be able to get the car to rotate through the corner, and having a car close by and kind of taking the air off of you really affects your ability to get the car to rotate through these corners, and we saw that a little bit here tonight. But as I said earlier in the broadcast, and let me go back and make sure that I have my information correct. Yes, next week we're at Myrtle Beach for the Myrtle Beach Speedway for the Myrtle Beach 100. And then on May 11th, it's practice and qualifying night for the short track Sim Nationals. And then on the May the 18th, it is the short track Sim Nationals, 200 laps, Bristol Motor Speedway. Make sure you guys are tuning in. We've got a lot of great racing coming up, and a lot of fun tracks coming up in the near future. So until next week, tomorrow night I will be live with the Dirty Old Bastard Slow Car Night. Sprint, I believe it's the 305 sprint cars and the small block modifieds. So that'll be tomorrow night. Tune in for some great dirt track racing action. But until next week, stay safe, be careful, take care of yourselves, do what you guys need to do to each other, and be kind to one another. protect yourselves, protect each other. And until next week, have a great week. Have a great weekend. We'll be back here next Tuesday night for some more great short track racing action.